Good morning, neighbors.
Let's go out to the shop. Come on.
It's just 3 or 4 days worth of work. Let's hope.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's cars. Always gonna have problems. So, I have both cars exactly where I want them right now. Both are running great. Both look great. The S14 was dynoed, 400 horsepower. Tested and proven through a couple events through the Midwest. And even out here, done probably 3 or 4 events now on this current tune setup, and it runs great. The Miata turbo kit went great. 260 wheel horsepower. I daily drive it. I've been smashing on it, and now it looks beautiful thanks to Hadley Auto Body, who painted both cars. But I'm kind of good in this moment, so I want to spread the love and go help out some of my friends. So I'm gonna head over to Memphis. My flight's in like an hour and a half, and I'm gonna stay out with Scott at Grip Royal for a couple weeks. And first project is his Restomod S13. It's been neglected a little bit over the year because he's been building another car. He hasn't had much time, asked me if I could help. So I'm gonna fly in, help him finish that S13 up. The event, Stoopicold, is in it's actually like 5 days. So I got 3 days, 4 days to fix the car by the time I land. So we're gonna fix the car. I'm gonna shred it at the event. Scott's kind enough to let me drive his car. We go way back. So hopefully I can fix this thing, get it on the track, drive with some rad drivers. Right now, I'm just gonna do some little bit of maintenance to my cars real quick before I leave. Gonna warm up the S14, make sure everything gets up to operating temperature, make sure the battery still has charge, because I'm gonna be leaving for a couple weeks, and you gotta take care of your car, let it run. It's cold. The Miata got driven yesterday, so that one's fine. S14 just needs a little warm up, and then I'm off, flying out to Memphis. I'll be out there for a couple weeks. Got a bunch of fun stuff planned. I guess I'll warm this up. It's parked the wrong way. I'm gonna gas myself out. God, I love this car. Just fires right up. I'm gonna let it warm up a little bit, give it some revs, make myself happy before I leave it for a couple weeks. You know, I kind of get separation anxiety from my cars, so this hasn't been running an event for a while, but I've been sitting out here doing a little bit of warm up, burnouts and whatnot, driving around the block. That just got to keep everything warmed up, run some fluids through it, run the gas through it, and also keep the alternator charging that battery. So when I come back, it fires up on the first shot. I don't want to come back to a dead battery, to a car that's all not wanting to run right. So, she's at operating temp now. Just love this car. Good morning, neighbors. Walking to my terminal, it's insane how desolate it is here. It's just quiet. Nobody around. To my flight to Memphis. Bye. Savior. Hey! What up, big dog?
Kitty boy!
Made it. It's over. Morning, Rick. Yeah. Oh, hey, buddy. Scott's out with the doggo. We got some coffee. Gonna head to the shop. So, bit of travel. Made it to Scott's house last night. If you don't know, Scott Allender is the owner of Grip Royal. We go way back, and he was one of my first sponsors ever, way back in the day. I don't know, we've known each other probably 15 years now. We've been drifting and stuff, and I'm coming in to help these guys work on Scott's car. He's kind of neglected it because he's been working on a car called Hot Ice that they've been sharing between the boys. But we're here at Grip Royal now. I gotta show you the shop. It's awesome. I'm proud of my friends for making this company what it is today and seeing him grow up through all of this stuff, from being a shitty drift kid to now having his own business, and it's awesome. It's so cool to see their success, and I'm glad to be here and working with the guys again, it's just a good feeling. How rad this shop is. You guys talking about work?
Talking about steering wheels,
Talking
man.
about steering wheels. Is that all you talk about here?
Steering wheels
Like,
and
no,
shift knobs.
a steering wheel and shift knob company. We just talk about steering wheels and shift knobs.
Steering wheel, shift knobs, and food.
This is Mike. For people that don't know, Mike is
What's up, guys?
a real good friend of mine. He's just got his fresh head. Show me around the shop a little bit.
Yeah, dude. Let's go.
Just a little bit.
Obviously,
So beautiful.
obviously office.
Mike, go to work.
Office,
Come on.
steering wheels everywhere.
This is your office.
Yes. Yep. This is my office.
Scotty's office.
And you know, with the full porch here. Mike's office.
Mike's office has the oven.
Yeah. Like I was saying, you know, another pooper.
Another pooper.
Packaging room where we do all our small parts and do all the outgoing shipments.
Yes.
Freight room / showroom. Not a lot of walk-ins, being that we're in Mississippi, so
Yeah.
it's, you know, pretty easy going, keeps us busy, and take a load off, all that jazz.
Got a bunch of drinks.
Yeah.
Steering wheels. Oh, here's
Yeah.
Scott's old car.
Yeah.
Man.
That was
remember?
the VH45 swap that sucked. It was so bad, dude.
Lesson learned.
It sounded great,
Yeah.
but like it just didn't.
Do anything.
Well, it was like so big that it was a pain in the ass to work on.
Clicky. Oh,
And
and
decorated memorabilia.
look at this bathroom.
15 years.
Is
now.
number 2 cool in here?
Number 2 in here is good to go.
Because you could spend some time in here just
Yeah.
looking at all the memorabilia.
Let's go out to the shop. Come on. So my dad's 64 Chevy.
This thing's amazing.
Chopper in here, working on some wheels.
Choppa!
Some inventory. Steering wheels everywhere. This is where we keep all the ready to ship product.
So this is Froggy's old car, who's a friend of ours that
Yes.
you guys now all share together and rip.
Correct, yeah.
Which is-
So Andrew Chang, Froggy, from back in the forum days. So his car and his motor ended up here, and he, Mike and I, Chris, and Andrew Long all jumped on it together. So we make a 5-person team.
Yeah.
We work on it collectively. We share the car collectively because, as you know, trying to drive with 5 or 4 of your buddies, 5 cars don't run at the same time.
No.
Ever. So yeah, so the idea was like instead of us all 5 trying to have our own cars and drive together, that we would collectively have one car and actually get to drift.
Yeah.
So instead of like, you know, juggling who's driving this year.
So then you have Andrew's car.
Yep. So this is Andrew Long's S13, another SR car.
Everything looks nice.
S13 SR, car
Koguchi
modified
fenders. Car Modify is a man after my heart. They picked that up from Koru.
Yep. Koru Works.
Of course.
You know.
All the old boys.
And it-
S14 SR. I mean, like, if I was to build an S13, I think this is pretty much what I would build.
Yeah. I mean,
S14 SR, Car Modify, looks good.
yeah, all Part Shop Max, like everything under it. It drives really well. It's super solid.
You got your old American vet.
Yep, C5, bone stock.
And you've
Pretty
been loving
much.
this thing, right?
I love it, dude. It's
You've
the
kind of like
seat time car, as people say. We call this the Way of the South.
the way of the
That's
South.
the name of this car. Because everything ends up in a mud hole somewhere.
Yeah.
And that's what this thing wants to do. But this thing was a free shell. It was already, all the glass was taken out. The rear fenders were already cut. Has no title. I mean, it's just a junk car that we went and picked up, literally picked up,
Yeah.
put on the trailer. And like 6 years ago, we had a really slow week, and we did all this cleaning and painted it and made these funky door bar things out of leftover scraps that were laying around in the shop. Matter of fact, I think Trent did this. I think
It's
Trent
kind of awesome.
built these, right? These are like
Yeah.
gate hinges.
Yeah, dude. It's kind of
And
awesome.
the actual like gate slider.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, and then this is the other thing you're gonna be working on. So
this is our project this week. So
yeah,
the,
this is Restomod.
Restomod.
Originally called it. I was trying to make it a really nice street car, and then I realized that a 2-bucket seat cage street car is pretty much useless for every
we're
scenario.
getting too old.
Now it's just a drift car. So it's a really nice drift car that you got to fix to drive.
So that was the goal this week. Is Scott and I talked about it, and he's like, "Man, it'd be cool to have you down at Stoopicold. I got this car that I've been sitting on because you guys have been working on hot ice, and you've been doing a bunch of stuff at work, and then multiple events this year. You guys have been doing clutch kickers, grid life, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So you've been too busy to work on it.
So essentially, this car, the last time it drove or drifted was Stoopicold 2020. Or no, I'm sorry, 2021, last year.
Yeah.
It's been sitting idle since. You're going to fix it for the same event a year later.
Yeah.
And I had to laugh because I was like, okay, this car just needed a little bit of work.
Yeah.
But we bought a drift car and built a drift car instead of fixing this one.
And it's like,
that's how it goes.
I'm here for 3 or 4 days to fix this thing. It's just 3 or 4 days worth of work. Let's hope.
Yeah.
But
we'll see.
we'll see. But you guys already did all the heavy lifting.
Yeah,
Literally, like the engine's on the ground. We got to pull off the trans.
Yeah. Pull that stuff off. Stock SR, stock internals, stock turbo. The whole idea originally, like I said, this was supposed to be like a restoration modification car. So just trying to bring it all back to like the basics.
Yep.
And even the car, you'll even see on the suspension, it's all like factory arms that have poly bushings. There's not a lot of solid bushings, stuff like that. But now that it's just going to be a drift car, it's kind of like, just go all the way
it's
in.
It's still the Restomod. Like it's still a very old school vibe car.
Totally.
And it's just going to be nicer, that's all.
Yeah, and drive better now. Because cars aren't cool unless they drive. So originally it was running a stock trans, and once I tested it for street driving by drifting it, I started blowing the trans a lot. I'm pretty heavy on the clutch, and so we came back. I slapped a CD in it. We've been having problems with it due to some old parts that we're using, and so that's what you'll be working on this weekend, is trying to get the Mazworks bell housing and serial 9 shifter kit on the next transmission. And Casey said he's actually going to go ahead and rebuild this one, get all the bearings changed out.
Sweet.
So we'll have a good backup afterwards too. So
this is where everything gets boxed up?
Yeah. So as you can see right now, Tyler's boxing up stuff.
Chopper.
Tyler Chopper. And he's boxing up some inventory, get it on the shelf, and he keeps me in the paint booth. So like he'll sand all the wheels, and I spray every single steering wheel. Which, we went this morning, pick up some stuff from paint. And so then we'll have to unmask everything and do another inspection, maybe do some polishing.
Yeah.
Do some like post paint work, get this stuff
So these
shot
are all
out to the
custom orders
customers.
then, huh?
Yeah, so these are all, the color or the flake selection comes from the client.
Ooh.
2 different colors, 2 different etchings. All kinds of stuff, man,
We'll see a bunch of people have different styles, that's for sure.
That
We got
is
4 different wheels that are totally different.
Very, very different styles, yeah.
5, yeah. So happy to see all this stuff, man, and all the work you've been doing. I love the laser etch stuff. Yeah, here we go.
like
There's
this.
one right here.
Yeah, the Dragon on Cloud.
So this is like what I have in the Miata right now, which mine's laser etched and cool. And that was one of those nights I just called Scott and I was like, hey, I got a weird idea. And Scott just ran with it. And that's exactly what
Believe
I
in
wanted.
yourself.
Believe in yourself.
It's a good idea.
It was a good one. And I love it. Every day I see it, I still get pumped on it. So
Yeah, it's a good phrase to pass on to other people too. So
it gets you hyped.
which hopefully soon we'll have our new production of Dan's custom wheel, and
Actually, probably by the time you see this, it probably will be. It probably will be.
Hopefully so. Hopefully
Yeah.
so.
So
Yeah, so if you guys want to support Dan and have a rad steering wheel that tells you to believe in yourself, you know where to get one.
And that's gonna be an embroidered.
Yes, it'll be a synthetic suede like Alcantara.
Yep.
With some embroidery.
Kind of like
Yep.
these
Something
guys
like that.
here. Well, I'll let you get to work because I actually have to get to work too because we got to drive this car in a couple days.
Yeah, you got a lot of work to do, my dude. And I don't get paid to do videos. I got to go do steering wheel stuff. So
Support my friends because they do cool stuff. Look at all this stuff. Buy stuff. I'm gonna fix this car. He asked for a couple hours, hung out with the boys, but it's actually time to start on the S13 right now. The car needs to be ready. This is what I'm driving. It's Stoopicold in a few days. First order of business. Got to take the old trans off. There's another CD over there that I'll have to grab. This one's gonna get rebuilt, so we're using a different trans, but we have this Mazworks bell housing adapter kit that we're going to use. So this will have to be trimmed off, somewhere like around here. don't really know. I'll have to read the directions, but I'll pull this trans off. We're reusing this clutch. Then I'll modify and put this on, and that should be good to go. Once it's all assembled, I know it's going to take quite a bit of time just to get everything prepped and ready for the transmission. So it shouldn't be too bad. I've never done this before, so I'll try and figure it out, but we'll get that done. Scott's gonna go ahead and take off the AC too. He said, take that out. I'm not gonna reuse it. He doesn't want to drive it on a hot day. And then if we have time, we'll probably throw a new turbo on and have Forrest tune it. So gonna get started pulling this thing apart, prepping everything. Breaking out a welder, never really a good sign. So I got the trans off, clutch, flywheel both off, and I'm trying to take off this adapter plate. And the adapter plate is really on there. And there's these weird little Allen bolts. I got one of them out. See that guy there? Got one of them out through there, but the rest do not want to come. So no matter what I tried, all different Allen keys, got the impact on it. It's starting to twist some of the tools or strip out the Allens. So what I'm going to do is weld nuts to it. Hopefully the heat and a little bit more leverage will help get these things out. We have to get this off to get the new adapter plate on. You know, it's cars, always gonna have problems. All right, so you can see what I got going on here. This is the bolt that's in that housing, and I'm just taking a bolt like this, putting it inside there, giving it a little air gap so I can weld 360 degrees around it and get that to adhere to it. I tried to weld a nut just from the inside, and you can see I had multiple failed attempts. The reason being, I don't think that this welder can put enough heat into this piece here. So instead, found that fits right inside. I can weld 360 degrees. Already got one out. Now I got many more to go. Got the old adapter off. Thing was a nightmare. You can see all this junk that I had to go through to get these out. Now I'm going to put on the new adapter. So I got the other transmission, and it is set right here. And I drew this line so that we're going to cut this bell housing off. So this line is 1/4 inch behind this rib. That's what it calls for in the directions for the Mazworks. So I'm gonna cut along this line with a Sawzall as clean as I can. Then we cut these bosses off as well. And then the plate should basically just go on. Well, we also have to trim this. Shouldn't be too hard, so long as I cut this thing straight and take my time. Chopped off. Pretty clean cut. That's what she looks like with the cut off. Cleaned it up nice, and I also just took a flap disc to smooth out the edges, because these can be really sharp and you'll get some deep cuts off of that. So did that, and now I'm going to cut the input shaft. You can see I marked it. It's 3/8 from here, and then chop that baby off. Then I can pull this guy off, put on the correct seals, and then the whole new unit will bolt right on there. So that takes the place of the old bell housing and this seal as well. So here's the new pilot bearing. There's the old one. Here's the new one. It's a Nismo roller bearing. And then here's the pilot bushing tool. Put that on there. Push this in until it bottoms out. Bottomed out. Oh, 69 foot-pounds. Spec clutch still in good shape. We'll be throwing that baby back in. Flywheel and pressure plate look good too. So, way to go, spec clutches. Install this, then I gotta just drain the rest of the fluid, and well, the fluid should be drained from the trans. Then I can put this bell housing adapter on. Should be ready to go. And it could be ready to go back in the car, or we might put a bigger turbo on. Who knows? Bell housing's on. You gotta put the little doodad on, and then that doodad.
I don't know if this is gonna be the way.
Oh
there
yeah, there it is. Wait. It's a little crooked. Bring it up. That's gonna do it for the day. We're in a good spot. We'll pick up tomorrow. We're gonna go catch up and hang out, like friends do. Sim time.